Friends, greetings to all, we are in BIM Drive. Today we have a Belaz wheel on the descent again. Someone will say, but it has already happened quite recently. In fact, friends, you yourself should understand that the circumstances are always different in BIM Drive, plus this wheel is now slightly modified. The rubber of this wheel will no longer diverge, spread out, yes, as it was last time. That is, the wheel is now rigid, strong. Moreover, the weight of the wheel in the last roller was 4 tons. Gentlemen, modifications. Now this particular wheel that you are looking at now, it weighs 15 tons and we will compare the difference. I haven't launched it yet, but now we will find out the difference and look at today's circumstances. How many people can die from this wheel today? Where to go today? What kind of trip? It's a wheel. We begin the descent, repeating once again, friends, 15 tons and we immediately get into the oncoming lane. It can't be. The speed is small, literally 60 kilometers per hour, and we will see, at least I am sure that we will see this difference. Look carefully. So, the tag touches, goes well, lifts up, spins, but the guys, in my opinion, remain intact, because we had a tangent and the speed plus is small. Listen, in a panic. I can imagine how scary it is, but the speed of the wheel continues to develop. 80 kilometers per hour, we fly on. The wheel goes to the side with us. 15 tons is no joke. If we have an average car, yes, a passenger car weighs about 2 or 3 tons, then imagine now when this multi-ton 15-ton wheel flies on it. Now, you see, there is no rubber divergence at high speed, only on impact, but this is in principle more realistic. And so the wheel is passing by, listen to it anyway, but this is actually the destination, but lucky, since it's mine. It just doesn't get around anymore. And in my opinion, we are fighting back now in the end. Oh. How unfortunate. Gave how. Damn, well, friends, well, that's what I was talking about. These are the circumstances. How the hell are these drivers lucky at all, considering so? Yes, where? And now we'll be lucky again. And lucky again. So good, we are approaching a dangerous descent here, really again. Awesome again. Friends, it bypassed everyone simply. Absolutely everyone. Will he catch up or not? He'll catch up, damn it, I feel it. No. Wow. Friends, I'm honestly shocked. You saw everything with your own eyes. It seems to me that this is why we are here, to see events like this, friends, when it is so unreal that all these drivers are lucky, except for tag. Well, the tag is really only probably financial expenses. When I did the last issue, in fact, there are at least such situations when the wheel rolls along the road, and it goes a long enough way, but at the same time it does not hurt anyone. It's a real miracle, it's a real luck that at this very moment, there are a lot of cars there, you can see for yourself, yes, but at this very moment no one is driving on the road when it keeps this trajectory. Oncoming traffic, please catch anyone, and although, okay, someone stopped, someone, that's for nothing, I do not know for what reason he stopped. I have no idea what happened to you, but you obviously did it for nothing. The driver crushes the priors. Oh. Right now the friends of death have gone. That's another conversation. This is no longer a tag, this is already a priorachka, which she has thrown up well now. Will she really fly right under the wheel again? We had such a moment with a taxi, I remember in the last episode. Maybe not now, not to hurt. Oh, I flew under the oncoming traffic. Wow, listen to how it shattered. The engine flew separately in general and the guys are dying, it seems to me on the spot. Although the impact, yes, it was the wheels that fell on the driver's side, but unfortunately we have a prior flying down, respectively, and the second one dies, regardless of what damage he received. The wheel has already reached a speed of 130 kilometers per hour and continues its trajectory down the road. Again, in my opinion, now it will still get. Well, look, oh, damn. Well, will he jump over or not? In my opinion, no, friends. Although, well, she jumped high, but not enough to jump over this one, again, prior. And now the passenger suffers the most, in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken. It just pushes in. Wow. Listen, Priorka was unlucky. Capets it flies away for several hundred meters. And it looks amazing, friends. That's 15 tons. In my opinion, there were no such consequences. It's a nightmare, what's going on ahead in general, huh? Oh, go away the minibus to the side. Step aside. Capets. I flew several times faster than the wheel, and I practically turned into a wheel myself. All the corpses are instantly friends, especially the passenger who was hit. The giant wheel is even taller than the bus, as you can see. So, the speed of the wheel is 140 kilometers per hour, again bypasses the oncoming traffic and now it will fight off, most likely it will go on the most dangerous descent. But 2 cars have already suffered here so far, yes, so there is no bottom in the car, and here most likely the wheel is opa, bypasses, everything flies down. Listen, but this particular section of the road, it is of course very serious, and it is quite difficult for the wheel to pass it here. She probably won't come back. He tries to climb the mountain, but it didn't work out. Listen, well, again, it more or less suffered so much, or rather even died. We have 4 people on this descent. Here is an exact description of this wheel. It is a soul eater, a real soul eater. Because if it's especially aimed directly at the car, oh, go away. Hey buddy, minibus, well, I'm lucky. I already feel today is a day of luck to a greater extent. Yes, not for the priory, even no one died on the tag. So far, only 2 priors have suffered, but today is clearly a day of luck, but it will most likely end. Can't always lead, you know. Not catching up, damn it. And listen, I was already sure that Doran Logan would not get, but anything is possible. Listen, I'm going to overtake, look at this. In flight, and overtaking goes. Beautiful. Who is faster? Oh, literally a few centimeters. Incredibly, we go into the oncoming lane, or rather into our lane, and most likely we will hit the 7, which should move a little to the left, although, to the right, or rather, although the wheel passes well. Listen, to knock out oncoming traffic. Yes, how? That's what I'm talking about, luck, friends. Here it is, for real luck. I just don't have any other words. Are we really not going to hurt? Opa traffic jam, pro. Helic. Listen, the wheel has never hit the helic yet. There's a helic, a bus and a minibus. Right now, in my opinion, the meat will be the real thing and the blow falls on the driver's side. The wheel goes around the 4, but unfortunately. The bus is coming, the minibus. Where are these buses? Holy shit. This is helic. Look where he flew. He's going to pick up other cars in my opinion. Holy shit, listen well, most likely here. Well, the minibus, it's not so badly damaged in appearance, is it? It seems. But Gel, where did he fly to in the end? On the road, yes, I strayed, but I didn't fly into anyone. Parts of the cars just flew. Listen, a terrible accident due to the fact that 3 cars. Helic, well, where did you go? Now the slope will most likely go, its speed is very high at the moment. The bus stays with us there, as I understand the minibus. Let's still take a closer look at the damage. Here's the bus raised very high, Radic, the driver, a very nightmarish picture in fact. Passengers are probably dying, because I completely ground the entire cabin after that. Well, the roof looks beautiful, and by the way, there are probably even survivors here, surprisingly, but the wheel continues to fly on, its speed is very high, more than 100 kilometers per hour, and it is heading for a very steep descent. Help is going to get into an accident now, if I'm not mistaken. The Jellic throws it into the oncoming lane. Yes, in my opinion, the wheel goes to the right side, it does not touch it, the Jellic stops, and the wheel may still meet someone on its way, maybe if it does not fly away. Bye. Still, I'm lucky. Again, we have a departure to the right side. Well, the consequences are much worse than last time. You see, this luck stops a little, ends. The first time was lucky, the second not so much, the third is generally a few more corpses. Friends, I always read your comments, and under the last video with the wheel I read that due to the fact that I slow down time, yes, there is a possibility that the deformation develops in a completely different way. That is, roughly speaking, a wheel passes through cars due to time dilation, and it would be interesting to observe what would happen if this wheel passed at its speed, and after that, when it had already passed through the car, yes, we slowed down. You can basically try to do this. Let's really test this theory right now with you. Perhaps it will work for us, again, unless of course the drivers are lucky, we will definitely check it. That's how it was with the minibus now, that is, somehow it seemed to be crushed, it would not seem quite realistic. That is, it would seem that it should have just turned into a pancake, yes, but at the same time this will somehow rolled very strangely, although it was clear that the texture had gone into the texture. In fact, we should have seen the pancake. The prior is there, the tag is even more or less realistic, but the rest so we pass. Here, look, I don't know. It was torn into 2 parts. I think you were. My God, I see it simply. Passengers flew. Listen, but in my opinion the picture is completely different. And many of you are right, indeed. If you don't slow down, just people flew, they were torn into 2 parts. The nightmare of the door, the pieces flew, look how much, it's like birds just fly, like eagles of some kind. It looks like this at least, but the main part was carried forward at great speed, on the descent, by the way. And listen, nullity, it's much more realistic now, I understand that, gentlemen. That's 15 tons, that was 4 more than, right? It's 15 tons and it was really beautiful, I think it should be done the second time. Maybe listen, maybe. Oh, no, it doesn't, but we're coming. So, it is necessary not to slow down. Opa, everything is fine, the tag flew this time without slowing down and looks decent, just crushed in fact, but again not like a pancake, but like a blow. Judge in principle by the deformation themselves, but considering that the wheel weighs so much, in my opinion it is realistic in principle. The passengers have already flown in from above, of course, everyone who was in the minibus died, those who flew out. Here is a small blow, literally a little bit hooked on it, and then the car turned over in some other way. The tag is very high in our flight, and in the meantime, the wheel again probably flies away from us. Yes tag, let's catch up. Oh, the speed is great and also in the garbage chute is likely to fly away. Yes, the tag flew down, of course, no one survives there either. Yes, it works. I believe it works. We checked on the example of just the same minibus, which was necessary, yes, right now that will hit the minibus. I'm wondering, in fact, considering the last video, for those who watched, you see the difference between 4 tons and 15, if it is visually, because well, I don't really notice it, but considering that it starts to throw the car so high, I didn't see this in the last issue, at least, and probably this is just the same mass. So Pyatnasheka, or rather the prior bypasses, but they still go around, they are good, they see obstacles, because for them it's like a car. For these drivers, they see it and try to go around. The wheel, according to the rules of the road, moves, probably only slightly exceeding the speed limit and hitting the rocks, but at the same time it returns to the road, to the overtaker, a huge string of cars. Now in short everything will be a serious blow and up. Well done. Listen, well, you see, this is it, this is the real luck. There is no other way to call it. Again, yes, they seem to have occupied the central part of their lane, but the wheel again leaves and catching up with cars, we no longer cling to them. This is the real luck. Or maybe someone now, but... Well, is that so? Friends, look at what a long descent we've had now. Incredibly long, no one was hooked at all, then, although the tag well, but just said, and out of nowhere, friends, there was a jellic. Well, perhaps, by the way, it will fly over. There is a possibility. Well, and because of the case, it still hurt a little, but not critically, at least, probably. Is it not critical for the passenger? I don't think so, I went on. Listen, well, I'm alive, I'm still alive. Damn, I thought that I would be perfectly lucky at all, I was already glad that no one was even hooked, not metal, nothing. But unfortunately, it rolled even further. Well, let's fly out on the road so that I'm generally stunned here. Unfortunately, but on the road. No, unfortunately it didn't break through the rock. In this case, friends, I suggest that we no longer resort to timed deceleration at all. We will not slow it down with you, we will see everything as it happens in real time, yes, because in slow time everything is so long until the wheel hits, until the car flies up, until it falls. You and I notice that everything happens slowly, but in fact you have to understand, everything happens in a moment. Literally in a second, and maybe even in a millisecond. And of course, given our situation with you, then well, that the wheel weighs 15 tons, yes, then you and I want more realistic damage, so we won't slow down time, let's see how it will work, how this accident will happen in the mix. What surprises me most of all, gentlemen, is that the wheel, yes, it seems to always descend from one point, yes, but at the same time it has a constantly different trajectory. I do not know how it works absolutely, because there are no weather conditions here, there is no wind that can change the trajectory there is nothing, but even so the wheel flies at us. Oh. This one seems to have been there just now, the bus is throwing. Wow, it almost hits the prior. Awesome. This is called a moment and the head does not hurt, gentlemen. Literally a moment. I'm even. Wow, I don't even have time to orient myself at all. Literally in a second, 4 or how many cars were demolished. That's what I understand. So go away, the 4 of you better go away. It was tough. Auto wagon train, let's go around. So let's go around the hell. Oops, damn, they almost knocked down the mirror. Well, it's okay, lucky, now, too, luck was just incredible. That's luck. Well, as you can see, friends, yes, literally a second, please, but more or less realistic. How to throw. Would I have thrown this wheel in reality so many cars? I think so, because it's the same thing that when you run into rocks, you run into some kind of dirt, yes, it just flies out from under the wheel in the same way into the sky, up the whole thing, if there are no mudguards. And here, in principle, history repeats itself, so, in principle, physical damage is very realistic. Well, friends, in my opinion this card is one of the best with a descent, specifically yes, such, because there are other cards on this descent, but they are not so long, yes, but they will also probably be able to play with this wheel. If you liked this video, then please, friends, be sure not to forget to like it. Be sure to write your ideas. I repeat once again, I read the comments and I will definitely implement the coolest, interesting ideas. Well, I thank you for watching, I wish you all good luck and bye to everyone. For now.